Hello! In this video, I'll show you how to animate the Safari icon in a clean and stylish way. First, create a new composition. Create a solid layer for the background, and apply the fill effect to set the color. Now create a shape layer and add a rectangle and a fill. Expand the shape properties and set the size to 1000 and roundness to 240. Apply the fill effect to set the color of the shape. Now create another shape layer, but this time add an ellipse and a fill. Increase the layer scale to 870%. And then apply the fill effect to set the color. Select the pen tool and draw a straight line from the center of the composition. Then set the stroke width to 7 and use the pen tool again to shorten the line, just like in the video. Don't forget to add color using the fill effect. Now expand the line layer and add a repeater. Expand the repeater settings, set the number of copies to 40, position to 0, and rotation to 9. Great. Now duplicate the layer by pressing Ctrl D. Then use the pen tool to shorten the line, just like in the video. Also open the rotation property and set it to 4.5. Now let's create the arrow. Select the pen tool and draw another straight line from the center of the composition, just like in the video. Set the stroke width to 105 and add a fill effect to make the arrow red. Now open the stroke settings, go to the taper section, and set end length to 100 and end width to 7.5. Duplicate the arrow and rotate it 180 degrees. If the duplicated arrow doesn't align perfectly with the first one, use the arrow keys on your keyboard to adjust its position. Change the color to white. Now create a null object and parent both arrows to it. Let's set the null's rotation to 50. Awesome. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention our new graphics pack. It's built for After Effects and Premiere Pro, and it's loaded with stuff like typography, animated emojis, titles, transitions, backgrounds, and even sound effects. The package is fully compatible with Motion Pro extension, and all the animations are highly customizable and resizable for any aspect ratio. Our license suggests you can use it in unlimited projects with unlimited clients and even commercially. If you're curious, we've got a free demo you can grab to test it out. Check out the links in the description. Okay, let's get back to our tutorial. Now let's add some gradients to make the icon look more professional. Duplicate the ellipse and rename it to Gradient. Stretch the ellipse and move it upward, just like in the video. Now, change the color. Apply the fast blur effect and set it to 150. Then add the set matte effect and choose Ellipse as the matte source. Now duplicate the gradient and move it above the main shape layer called Box. Move the shape downward and adjust its size. Then, in the set matte effect, choose the Box layer as the matte source. Change the color as shown in the video. Once again, duplicate the shape, stretch it, and move it to the very bottom of the icon. Make the color lighter to create a sense of depth and set the fast blur value to 50. Now add the drop shadow effect to the arrow. Set the color to purple. Opacity to 35. Direction to 180. Distance to 50. And softness to 150. Copy the customized drop shadow effect and paste it onto the second arrow. Now let's get the icon ready for animation and create a null object. I'll name it Lines Rotation. Parent the lines to this null object. Next, parent the second and third gradients to the box shape. And parent the first gradient to the ellipse shape. Select the Lines Rotation and Arrows Rotation nulls and parent them to the ellipse shape. Then parent the ellipse shape to the box shape. Great. Now let's start animating our icon. Open the scale property of the box shape and add a keyframe on the first frame by clicking the stopwatch. Then move 3 frames forward and add another keyframe. Go back to the first frame and set the scale to 0%. Now let's add a bounce effect. Copy the expression from the video description, hold Alt and click the stopwatch icon next to the scale property to paste the expression. You can adjust the expression by changing its parameters. But for our icon, the default values work just fine. Amazing. Now let's animate the arrow. Expand the arrow's rotation layer, go to frame 4 and add a keyframe on the scale property. Then move 4 more frames forward and add another keyframe. Set the first keyframe's value to 0%. Animate the rotation as well, with a 6-frame interval between keyframes. Set the first keyframe to -100 degrees. Just like before, apply the bounce expression to these properties. But for the rotation property, change the decay value from 9 to 7. Great! Let's animate the lines. Open the rotation property of the Lines Rotation null. Add the first keyframe on the first frame, then move about 30 frames forward and add the second keyframe. Go to the first keyframe and set the value to -50 degrees. Select the keyframes and press F9 to smooth the animation. Then go to the graph editor and adjust the curve as shown in the video, 0 on the left, 100 on the right. Let's add a subtle animation to the gradient inside the ellipse. Open the position property, add a keyframe on the second frame, then move 15 frames forward and add another keyframe. Go back to the first frame and change the position of the gradient. Once again, select the keyframes, press F9 to smooth them, and adjust the curve in the graph editor as shown in the video. And finally, let's add animation to the main ellipse. Open the scale property of the ellipse. Add a keyframe on the second frame, then move 5 frames forward and add another one. Go back to the first frame and set the value to 0%. And don't forget to add our favorite bounce expression again. Looks great. And to finish up, let's add some extra depth by applying a shadow to the icon. To do that, add the drop shadow effect to the box shape. Set the color to dark purple and adjust the settings as shown in the video. All done. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.